Hi, I'm Jocelyn. It's autumn. Let's make green chili stew. What do you say? It's on page 168 of Fast Easy Vegan. And there are a lot of moving parts, but the things that I love about stew is you can get so many nutrients into a soup pan. It's unbelievable. So let's start. Okay. Oh, look what I found. Red jalapenos. I've never found them. I expect these to be a little more mild than the green ones. Now this recipe calls for Hatch chili. Hatch is a particular chili. It's quite hot, very fruity and flavorful and insanely delicious. It's found in Hatch County, New Mexico. It's the only place you can get it. So I don't live there. So sometimes we can see somebody will get some Hatch chilies out here in California, but mostly we don't see them. So you're kind of on your own for what kind of chilies you use. Now this is a green chili stew, so it needs to have that chili flavor. These little guys, they come in a 4-ounce tin, and you can get them in either mild or hot. Now, even though I like heat, I always get the mild for the flavor. It's got that chili flavor that just kind of permeates the stew and makes you think of like hot air balloons in Albuquerque in October. Pretty nice. All right, let's get cooking. Okay. First thing we're going to do, as always, is dice the onion and mince the garlic. Put it in the pot. What I did was you start with 6 cups of water in your soup pot. And then you just throw everything in as you prep it. It isn't hard. Okay. Kind of taking my time with this onion. Jeez. Let's keep it simple and move it along. You guys don't have all day. Okay. So, dicing them, and you know, that doesn't have to be too small. Okay, onion done. Let's really mince these guys up. I love garlic, but I don't necessarily want to bite into a big wad of it. Sometimes I do. Getting there. Okay. Might help to turn on the heat. What do you think? Okay. Now the recipe calls for 4 carrots. I don't have them. I just had this one. Looks like it's been sitting around too long, so let's use it. I hope that you realize that my recipes are so easy that you can a lot of times add ingredients or switch out ingredients, as long as you stay consistent with the flavor you're trying to achieve. So what we're doing here, since I did not have 4 carrots, but I did have a big zucchini, and I'm very familiar with New Mexico cuisine, and with throwing things on the floor. You see how I do that? Really talented that way. Anyway, yeah, zucchini is often used. You'll often find that in New Mexico cuisine. So that's what I'm using instead of the other 3 carrots that I don't have. So, oh, geez, do you know anybody who throws things on the floor the way I do? Tragic. I don't know how Bix feels about carrots or zucchini, but I'm surprised he's not here looking around. He usually is. I'm sure you've noticed him behind me snuffling along the floor there. He knows me. Okay, time for the potatoes. I'm going to put the potatoes in kind of bigger bites. Maybe not. Yeah, let's do it this way. It calls for 3 medium potatoes. Those I had. Stews are wonderful because you don't really need a recipe unless you want a particular focus or flavor. You can just clean out the fridge, and it's such a great way to do that. So all winter long, we're eating soups and stews and just having a wonderful time. And I always have, pretty much always have potatoes and onions kicking around somewhere. And I've been eating a lot of rice lately. I've just been in the mood for rice, so it's nice to have potatoes, which I love. Okay. Pozole, also known as hominy. It's actually a variety of corn with very big kernels. This is called, I couldn't resist it. It's called gold hominy. I've never had it. I had to get it. It's not as good as the white. And here's the deal with hominy. The difference between hominy and pozole. Well, pozole is also a soup made with pozole or hominy. The difference is in the processing, and I got to tell you, pozole is better. So go to the international aisle of your grocery store and get the white pozole, and you'll see it's delicious. It's smoother. It's not as it's chewy, and it just has this mellow, lovely, lovely flavor. Okay, I'm going to put the mild chilies in for flavor. It calls for 2 cans. Again, I don't have it, but yeah, I know how to make things hot, not to worry, and give them flavor. All right. So these are conspicuously still there. I just want to mix this stuff up. Now, chopping and seeding a chili. It's very simple. You just cut it down the middle, and then you get a little spoon, and you scrape out the seeds and the membranes, because that's where the really hot stuff is hiding. And I like heat, but I also, not so much that it actually obscures the flavor of what you're trying to do. Flames shooting out of your mouth isn't exactly the dining experience that most of us are looking for. I'm going to cut that right down the little seam. Okay, And I won't be rubbing my eyes, I promise you. So that's how you clean a chili easily. Now the thing about jalapenos, yes, they're very hot. They're not the hottest by any means. They're kind of in the middle as far as the Scoville index goes, which measures heat in chilies. I think when you get up to like habanero or Scotch bonnet, oh yeah, that's where you're going to suffer. But also jalapenos and serrano, which are a little bit hotter than jalapenos. Jalapenos keep more heat than serrano. That said, they will lose a lot of heat in the cooking. And the thing about red and green, oh, this is a funny story. If you either live in New Mexico, well, you don't need to hear this story. You know all about it. But if you're going to go to New Mexico, or if you've been there, you got to realize that there are two levels here. There is green chili gravy. There's red chili gravy. And I recommend, if you ever go to Taos, New Mexico, go to Michael's Kitchen, go in, get a smothered burrito. Oh, wait. They might not have any vegan options. This was before I was vegan. So this was really a long time ago. But anyway, you go into Michael's Kitchen and get a smothered burrito, because they did it the best. And they're taking your order, and the question is always red or green. Now, if you're a tourist, you have no idea what she's talking about. But if you're a local, you know that what kind of gravy do you want, what kind of sauce do you want on that wet burrito? And people who know Hatch always get green because they know it's going to be hot and juicy. Red, not so hot at all. So, you know, I'm not going to put in any red pepper flakes until this soup cooks and I can taste it and really decide how hot I want it. Okay, so that's our stew. Look at that. We're going to come back. I'm going to put some salt in. I didn't. I'll come back when we're done. We'll take a look at it. I want everything to cook, and I want some of this water to cook down and get absorbed by those potatoes and things. But it's a very friendly, happy-looking stew. It's really a soup at this point. And we'll talk about it. We'll decide, is it a soup or a stew? So, okay, you guys, I'll see you in about 15. Our soup is done, our stew. It's actually very soupy. And if you like a stew that's thicker, don't put in 6 cups of water. Put in 2 cups of water or 3 cups and take it from there. But if you really want a thick stew, yeah, start with less water. But it looks gorgeous. And I also added something outside the recipe. I thought it needed a little something. The red jalapenos are fine. They're nice and spicy. They're not as hot as the green, but it's still really delicious stew. But it needed something with some guts to it. So I put in a big handful of Butler soy curls that I've talked about these before, but if you haven't gotten to that one yet, I'll go through this really quickly. I've talked to the company about 3 different times. That while they don't talk about their process, they say it's secret, they have assured me that the soy curls are made with soybeans and water. No chemicals in the processing, nothing but water. And they're kind of like tofu in the sense that they will absorb whatever flavors are around them. And they give this nice, like, chewy denseness to the texture of the stew. And I really like that. So, If you have some bread, that would be good. I'm off of bread for a while, so this is my dinner with a big monster bowl of salad, like I'm a big salad eater. So that is our green chili stew. Bon appetit. I'll see you for the next event.